in the bottom left and maybe even in the upper right as well for Storm Gaming, folks. His name is Special. In the upper right, he's going to have to deal with some aggression early. He's Byun. Alrighty, Rudy. Double barracks proxy coming out of Special in this first game. Looking to go and say, yeah, you know what? You just played a rather intense 3-game series against Protoss, my friend Byun. Well, we're going to show a different breed of aggression in this game, and this is just very much par for the course for Special as well. He has fantastic macro, to be sure, but he loves his weird builds. And even two barracks Reaper is not super weird. All things considered, it's not the most insane thing I've seen. Not by a long stretch, but it's out there just a little bit. Technically, Barracks Double Gas Factory does handle this pretty well. In fact, the addition of Barracks Double Gas Factory as a build was what put an end to the cycle of supremacy, I guess, as we can call it, of TVT, where Reaper Expand is better than Gas First, is better than Proxy Reaper, is better than Reaper Expand. All right, that cycle of very much coin flippy setup. But now that is no longer the case, 2 Reapers are done. Special waiting for that one, so he's going to try to find his way in the high ground. He's got a 3-shot. There we go. We're going to see the factory delayed for a little bit. Now Special gets on top of the Reaper of Byun. That's the first Reaper dead. And now he's going to start to take his bounty of SCVs. Now there's only a limited amount of space that he can run, so he has 3 SCVs to start. Kills a Reaper, delays the factory just a little bit, and that is a fantastic start for Special in the first game. Now he's got 3 Reapers. He's going to have 4 Reapers rather soon. And 6 Reapers, of course, they're the magic number when you start to one-shot SCVs. And that is, of course, really what you're looking for here. But 4 Reapers are going to find their way on the high ground. Good splits to the start as we're going to see Reapers get targeted down here, but 1 Reaper will fall. Oh, the Hellion. Oh, the Hellion. Oh, the Hellion. Oh, Special gets it. Now he's going to be able to 2-shot SCVs. But no, there's a Marine there, so he's going to be forced back for the moment. But knocking down that Hellion is so massive. When the Hellion count starts to increase just a little bit more, it can start to snowball rather significantly. But as long as you're able to keep him low, Special is going to be decently happy with things as he rotates to where he knows the army is not on the high ground once again. And well, now he just says, okay, well, you know, there are 5. I don't know that I have enough anymore. He's going to target down the supply depot, but now he says, oh yeah, we're going to take this fight. Oh, you got to be careful here. The Hellion gets bounced on forward. Fantastic micro there from Special. Loses to Reapers, but he kills the Hellion. Here's a third one here. How good is his micro? How good are his dodges? Another Reaper falls. Hellion, though, going to be knocked down as well. Byun just taps the hell on out. Special 1-0. So where are we at? So while this is happening, of course, Raynor is playing Protoss against Cure. Cure's up 1. Apparently the first game was kind of a banger. But game 2 looks rather standard. Cure's got a bit of a supply lead, but that species building up for a 7:30 push. Building up for that 3-1-1. Okay, for now, again, nothing too crazy. Yes, Special does have a proxy on the map, and he's built a Reaper. Well, he's building a Reaper out of it right now. But there's not much more than that. He is a factory back at home. This is just the minimum investment Reaper. But we're gonna have to see what's gonna work out for him. Is now with the SCV going forward, looking to tank the first Reaper shot. But here's a good thing: Byun has the scout, so yes, he will lose this SCV, but he will not have his command center canceled, and he will not lose the first battle of the Reaper play. So a couple SCVs more getting drawn down. There we go. KD8 charge actually keeps the SCV alive. It does not run much further forward. Now, oh, Special's going mech this game. That's kind of cool. And I say this because, of course, the one barracks that Special has made in this game is floating on forward. You don't do this if this is a bio play. You do not float your... If you have proxied 2 barracks, you send one forward, you send one back home. But as this is only a single barracks, yeah. There's the factory on the way. But interesting play. I mean, this makes sense. Special loves this mech. And he played an incredible marathon 35 minute TVT versus Clem, mech versus bio on this map that Clem almost won. So good in Valencia. Instead, Steadfast and I had the the pleasure, the privilege of casting that one. But now, Byun, he's got 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions, his opponent, a Cyclone, 2 Reapers. Defensively, let's see whether Byun can get anything done here. Is now, okay, he's going to find the army out of position just a little bit. The Reapers will get rather low, and now, yeah, well, he thinks he can get on top of the Cyclone. It doesn't look like that answer is absolutely incorrect, but he gets 1 Hellion, or gets 1 Reaper, gets 2. On the high ground now, Byun delaying the command center for a dog's age. And that's going to be rather annoying indeed. One of the core tenets of mech play in general is, first of all, you get your gases at your natural faster. You get that. We look to see that around the 430 mark, or in this case, well, actually, you get your 3rd gas rather quicker in TBT than you would elsewhere. But you get your 4 gases really quickly as a mech player. But you're really trying to get up to 6 or 8 gas quick as you can. That 4th base is really what unlocks mech play, which is why in general they try to get more damage done in the early game. They need to find... It takes longer for them to build... The meching player to build their units. It takes longer... And a good economy for them is a little bit harder to get to. When they're still really comfortable, as the Reaper dives in and gets 2 more SCVs. Or actually, 3 more SCVs. Okay, I thought that number had lied. But yeah, it gets 3 more SCVs, which is just really, really nice. Cyclones here looking for... to take advantage of the vision that this barracks has provided. But now... Byun runs back for the most part. He's building himself a bit of a choke here. Or just trying to really eat, I guess. He's trying to eat the shots from the Hellions. As Macfield is just about done, and 2 lock-ons to 1 here, the Cyclone of Byun has to run away. 3 Cyclones to 0. This army that Byun has is just not enough to deal with the 4 Cyclones that are here. And Macfield is done in 2 seconds. 1 Cyclone will... Oh, this is fantastic. 3 Cyclones fall. That was a mistake there. That was not good at all. That was not what Special wanted. He's going to lose all 4 Cyclones. And the drop of the main base as well. A couple of SCVs have fallen. Special, he gets he doesn't get handicapped. He gets checkmated. And we're going to game 3. It's funny. So I have I have the Rainer series just open a little bit, trying to see what's happening on my phone. And you can tell right now that Rainer's visiting Roddy, that he's good friends with Roddy, because Rainer he's going for +1 Phoenix. He's on, I think it's on double Stargate Phoenix. He just has a ton of Phoenix in this game, and it's Mass Phoenix Colossus against Cure. But I think that's hilarious. He's streaming from Roddy's apartment, so of course he's got to build tons of Phoenix. Well, I don't know if he's actually streaming right now, but he's playing from Roddy's apartment at the very least. But for the first time in this series, we have no proxy. Nothing too crazy from either player. Looks like Byun's gone for Barracks Double Gas Factory, but this is a Reaper expand from Special, and I think he's going to get away with it just because of how this high ground works. Generally, you punish the Reaper expand by saying, okay, well, I'm going to run into the natural. I'm going to delay mining at least on your command center. But because Special can wall this off, because he can wall the main base off, and really by extension wall the natural off, he's going to be able to actually get away with this a whole hell of a lot easier. So the Reaper now scouts out Zelnaga, says, okay, there's not a lot there, but really what he wants to see is where this Reaper is, so he can avoid the first shot. But now Byun's Reaper on the low ground, Special inside track of the high ground. He's going to get a fantastic scout of things. He's going to figure out exactly what Byun is going for. So he says, okay, I see the factory. Oh, that's a bit of a missed micro. That was weird. But Special now running back. It almost felt like a pathing issue. And is this Reaper going to fall? It will. Good job there, Byun. Now Special... This is the problem. Normally, in the modern meta, losing a Reaper is not the end of the world, because by the time Reapers find their way on over, you got your next level of tech. But in this game, if it's Reaper expand, you don't really just yet. But 1 Reaper's going to fall here. Good micro here from Special. He's going to get 2. No, he does not. But he kills the Reaper, and that is going to be that. That is the end of that aggression coming in from from the Korean Terran. Mexican Terran stays alive. Especially, he's gotten away with us. I think, yeah, his command center, his orbital is halfway done. It is far ahead of Byun. He's going to have more SCVs. He's going to have more mules. Here's the question, though. Is this into bio? Is this into mech? We saw him try to get greedy into mech in that last game, and Byun swatted aside his aggression, that Magfield Cyclone timing that just died to a single tank, and the 8 Marine drop pretty much killed Special. That being said, Special had gone for an aggressive option that really didn't find much of anything, so Special was not in the best place. Anyways, even still. That was what we saw happen right there. Third gas on the way, but that really is not much of a tell, as you do get that 3rd gas quickly as a Terran player anyways. You might say, well, it's quicker than Byun's. Well, that's because the base is quicker than Byun's because, well, special build is command center faster. But for now, Byun owns the Xel'Naga, so he knows that this drop is going to go undetected until the last second. Where's the army of specials? He's got a couple Hellions bottom side. It's going to take him so long to rotate over to deal with this. And this is part of the reasons why we don't always see this base get taken, especially not against Terrans. It's because, well, it is so stupendously droppable. But there's a Raven here on the high ground, and that will at least allow the Widowmine to die. I think we're going to see maybe an auto turret expended. There we go. Now the Widowmine has been spent. So, special considering an auto turret, but it is all about these Hellions here. Raven, yeah, okay, Cyclone here is going to force everything out. 4 SCVs have died. And that's going to, actually, if anything, that's going to pull Special behind in terms of his economy. Yeah, he got his orbital faster, and that is a wonderful thing, which means his mules are just a little bit faster, but now he finds himself down a couple SCVs. Not the end of the world, of course, and as a great Dota player once said, if you can't go high ground, your lead is false. Or in this case, if you can't kill a mech, if you cannot kill a Terran, your lead is in fact false. But it looks like Special may be opting for mech once again this game. Again, this is not a super quick fourth gas, but it is quick enough that it does give us that idea potentially. And Byun on the bottom side, he is heavy aggression in this game. That is his idea. He says, you know, Special, I know your late game is a little scary. Widowmine is going to find a Marine. That's going to be rather nice. But into the natural, Byun will go good scout there by Special. He sees, not only did he find value, he sees the medevac has dropped. Raven on the north side, so you're not going to get much there. But pushing... Yeah, there we go. Pushing into the main base is going to be Byun's plan. We're going to see one supply depot fall. Special finds himself a little bit supply block. Byun up significantly in supply now, and he's going to get a third Raven now. That's going to be nice. That is going to allow a lot of strength on the map for him right now. Is that a second starport? So, okay, so it's the 2 starport all in, or the 2 starport idea that we've seen. Kellizer actually start to introduce to the meta that Special has now adopted. Yeah, looking for a way in, but we are starting to see the benefit. We saw the curse earlier, but now we're starting to see the benefit of Stargazers, where it's actually really easy to hold these bases. Now, maybe it's a little bit easier for a Terran to break this than most, but with the sieges up here and with how many Ravens that Special has, and especially now that he is building 3 Vikings at a time, and soon to be 4, well, it is a rather nice thing indeed. Oh, big tank shots there. Auto turrets on top of everything. Yeah, Byun does not break this. He gets a couple tanks, sure, but he loses tanks of his own. Marines go on the low ground, and one Raven fell. That is something, but between the Vikings and the Ravens, this is just not a situation that Byun will ever break. So Special, yeah, his third base is a little slower. That cannot be denied. But it's 4 Vikings at a time. Third base on the way now, and well, minerals matter less if you're playing mech, and this is effectively just a rush to sky mech for Special right now, building again 4 Ravens at a time as he can afford it. It's really all about 4 gas. Yes, you want minerals, but Mules can handle that in the short term. So here comes the army of Special. Now, he doesn't have any tanks, or he has very few tanks. He's got 2 right now, which does minimize the impact of having this better Viking count. But here we go. We're going to see the first fight kick off here. Auto turrets get dropped on top of these tanks. Special loses the Viking fight, though, and that's a little bit awkward. And he's going to lose a bunch of Ravens as well. Or Cyclone getting on top of this tank, but will not get it. Viking traded 1 for 1 at the end, and this did not work for Special. It feels like he should have waited a little longer. He just lost all of his Ravens. He lost all of his Vikings too, but at the very least he did minimize the Viking count of Special, and that's, or of Byun, and that's something. He's building 4 and Byun's buying 2, so really at the end of the day, eventually, even if they trade, if Special trades poorly, he will have more Vikings. Is now running forward a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're starting to see it snowball a little bit. The Viking count is now dead. Vikings in the sky just patrolling, giving Special the vision that he needs to make sure that he will be able to start pushing this third base down a little bit harder. Tanks continue to rally forward. Byun scans that. He says, okay, that explains things. It is a double starport play, but how does Byun look to deal with this? Building 2 Vikings at a time does not feel like the play. It really does not feel like what you're looking for. You're just never going to catch up. And now Special, that he feels really confident about this situation, that he has really taken the sky. Now he's adding on those additional factories. Now he's going to start going and building more and more of those traditional ground units. But these Vikings in the sky, what they say is, well, you can never lift this orbital up to try to run it away somewhere else. Because then the Vikings are going to knock it down as it's sharking forward. But here we go. Here's the push here. Tanks coming in, or CV's coming in from every side. Bio stims forward. Tanks starting to fall. Vikings are, I expected them to land, but they're not. There's not really enough there. Byun, fantastic hold. He knocks down so many of these Vikings in the sky as well. He lost 10 SCVs for it. So now the economy is equalized, but there are just not enough tanks here defensively. So Byun flooding across the map right now. Special lost a lot of his Vikings. That was just not microed or not pathed properly. How many tanks do we have from Special? At the moment, he's got 1. The Bio player has 4. And yes, there are 4 Vikings on the way. That makes it a little bit harder for Byun to push in, but he still has scans. He still has 3 orbital scan that will allow him to, even if he doesn't have high ground vision as easily, when he needs to make something happen, he'll be able to make it happen. But the Vikings run forward, Byun trying to bait it out a little bit, saying, okay, well, if you land on top of these tanks, I will stem on top of you. I will kill all of your Vikings. But good siege up there. We're going to start to see some SCVs fall. And what are the Vikings of Special doing? They're going north side. Is Special, he senses a drop, I think? Or no, this is just going to be for harassment, I guess, because he says, I can't really hold this right now. My third base is in a tough spot. No, Special senses a drop. Okay. There isn't one. Special thinks, well, there is one. And considering this is Byun, it makes sense that that is what you would see, is 13 SCVs have fallen here. But Special now, Liberators are on the way. It's a Liberator that he can dearly afford at this point. And you know what, Special? He's a bit of a savant. He figured it out what was happening before it happened. We're a bit of a fortune teller, as he's kind of figured this one out. 18 SCVs have died. Byun going for a drop, but the Vikings are there. Missile turrets as well, but the Vikings, they're just not where they need to be. Even if they were on the north side, SCVs have to get pulled to try to deal with this one. Someone in chat said Byun was dead, but I think Special's dead now. 41 SCVs die. Yeah, and the Vikings, they land, but they're just dying too. There's really nothing to defend this whatsoever. Third base totally broken. Special totally broken. He's got a date with either Cure or Rainer in the finals.